Welcome back to the YouTube. It's been, what's it been, about a year or so since the last one of these bad boys, but it's the morning, Monday morning. I'm going to take you through a day, give you a rundown of the current situation. Just went for a morning walk on the beach, beautiful. Now I'm going to make some breakfast, come over for geese. We got puffed quinoa mixed in the bowl here with frozen strawberries, YoPro, and the secret sauce, which is purely just whey paste or whey drip, whatever you want to call it. A scoop of protein mixed with a touch bit of water, and then once you stir it all out like this, pour that bad boy over the top. And this I do for multiple meals. I put this on my pre-workout bagels, I put this on my puffed quinoa, it goes in everything, and it's absolutely awesome. If you use the right protein, which I'll show you in a sec. If you use the right protein, peanut butter puffs, EHP, it tastes absolutely awesome. Code Cal, EHP, you know how to do it. Save yourself, best protein in the game, and it's thick. The texture is what's key. If you use the right stuff that's thick, it makes it a million times better. Game changer. But this is about to go down. Would you look at it? Look at that mess. It's a messy looking thing, but man, another beautiful random Cal creation to kick off the day. And how about we run through the current situation, eh? The elephant in the room. I cut my nips off. Not really. Gyno removal. I'm about, 5 days post gyno surgery. For all bodybuilding followers, you obviously know what gyno is. Probably, I would say like 90% of enhanced bodybuilders will encounter gyno-like symptoms to some sort of degree. But for those who aren't aware, as a professional bodybuilder, there's hormonal imbalances that occur due to exogenous use and compounds that we take for performance reasons, as I'm sure you're probably aware. But gyno is pretty much the glandular tissue that forms in the chest or like under like the nipple region from imbalances in hormones, essentially. It can come non-related to bodybuilding purposes. Like, yeah, I actually experienced it to a mild degree during puberty, just when hormones are sort of all over the place. And I noticed there was like a small little like lump in my chest, which was obviously heightened. Essentially what happened like 5 or so years ago, I wasn't really overly educated to a deeper degree of how to balance hormones and do this correctly. So the gyno inflamed itself some more and it came more pronounced. Pretty much since then, I've got a lot more guidance, I've learned the ropes and I've fixed this, but even once you do correct those hormonal imbalances, there's always going to be like a remaining glandular tissue, which is just like dead benign tissue, which just needs to be removed. So I'm about 5 days post-surgery now. The procedure, pretty much all they do is they make like a 1 centimeter incision in your chest. They remove the glands, which looked pretty intense. I might put a photo up. They were actually larger than I thought. And then the recovery process is what we're going through now. So 5 days post, pretty much just 5 days no gym. It's gonna be about a week, I'd say, with no training, which for me is new and it's almost kind of refreshing. I love training, but it's been so long. Ever since I first started training like 10 years ago or so now, I don't think I've taken a full week off just because I enjoy it. And although I miss training, it is refreshing. I feel my body feels refreshed. I feel like I've dropped a whole bunch of inflammation from just de-stressing the muscle, the joints, the ligaments, the central nervous system, and I feel pretty refreshed. So I'm very keen to get back into it. But essentially it's going to be about a week off training. And then I'd say around midweek this week, I'll go back in and do some light work. Obviously chest training is going to be pretty limited for a little bit, just so we're not like messing with the incisions. But technically speaking, the chest is fine. It's just that there's like incisions, which we don't want to split. But once we get back into training, maybe midweek, we'll start doing some lower body work, some more isolated upper body work, and we're pretty much back into it. And then it's just a matter of being careful with the chest training and slowly tapering the loading upwards and the positions upwards. But yeah, today it gives me some more time to start making some YouTube again. Mondays are a big day for me. I'm on my way off to the cafe. If you live on the Gold Coast, you probably know there's like a number of just cafes that you'll go to, and you probably get there on a Monday morning and 90% of the people there are online coaches or fitness coaches or whatever, just doing their check-ins or whatever. That's what I'm doing. Off to the Oxley, get a head start on videos, take a few calls, and then I'll be back for a block of work for the afternoon. But that's pretty much where we're at. So about 3 and a bit hours of client work done. Getting some steps in while it's fresh. Look how beautiful this is out here. Meant to be winter, but anyway, feeling fresh finally. I think a few days after that surgery, I felt absolutely cooked. Today's one of the first days I feel fresh again, probably because of the meds they had me on. They had me on like this codeine stuff, which had me feeling just dazed and confused 24/7, but I don't really feel like I need that anymore. So all that's on my mind now is just getting back in the gym, A couple more days, we're back in and getting some pumps. For now though, the steps are what keeps me going, and when you get to do it at this beautiful spot like this, how good is that? Did you even go to the servo if you didn't get an oxy shred? I don't think so. And between shifts, the Ninja Creamy is here. The only thing about this, I don't know if you've realised, eat your Ninja Creamy and then try and do calls and stuff after, your mouth goes numb, at least mine does, and then I sound like I'm retarded trying to get messages across to clients and have a chat. But anyway, this one's just simple. I put 400 mils of almond milk in there with my favourite peanut butter puff, choc peanut butter puff protein powder. That's all that's in that one. I'm at a point now, like with this recovery period and starting a deficit phase, my calories are pretty low. So having this between meals, I got 30 grams of protein and almond milk. That's like nothing, and it fills me up, makes my mouth numb, makes me talk like a spastic. The afternoon walk. We finish off work. Last bit of steps before dinner. Watch the sunset. Oh, it is beautiful. Look at this thing. Absolutely beautiful. And pretty much that's a day in the life of a recovering gyno bodybuilder. Keen to be back in the gym. For now though, we enjoy a bit of extra downtime to catch the sunset. Taking a few more recovery days in, and we're back in better than ever. But this is the return of the YouTube. If you saw, I got myself a new camera, pretty much as an added mode of accountability to get on and film the days. Because I'm always getting DMs about people saying, hey, get back on YouTube, film your day. Essentially my days are pretty routine, but I'm gonna take you for the journey. I'm taking you for the journey here. The return, the new era, the post-gyno era. Very keen for it, to be honest. Something that takes a little bit of a shift. I'm not going to lie. Like I think after this recovery, it's such a small surgery, but it's taking a little bit of a mental toll on me. As embarrassing as that is to say for such a small, not serious thing, but after a few days of sort of feeling a bit off, it sort of reset my mindset, give me a lot of time to think, reconsider what I value going forward, and set some new goals going forward. And I feel like I'm sort of stepping into a new era, a new purpose for what I do. Something I've realized that's built up over the last year or so really is my reason as to why what I do. There was a point where bodybuilding to me was, I want to win, I want to be the best, I want all the medals, I want to win Mr. Olympia. And it was doing it for the ego, doing it for myself. Whereas recently I've really realized that the reason why I want to do this is I feel like I've been given the enjoyment of bodybuilding. I've been given some gifts of being genetically in a good spot to be good at bodybuilding, and I feel like for me to use this for the greater good is something I can really do, and that's become my new purpose. So creating a platform through my bodybuilding gifts and aspirations is a way for me to reach other people, maybe inspire other people, help other people, and sort of share more positive, light, joyful energy. To me, that is so much more fulfilling, so much more exciting than just winning medals for myself, because really, the more we can help other people, the way I see it, the better. Satisfying for yourself, satisfying for others, and that's the reason we're really here, just to spread that goodness. So that's sort of the new purpose I've had, and to me that gives me a lot more peace in what I do, and a lot more motivation to do it even better, really, at the end of the day. So just me rambling, sunset rambles. But yeah, come along for the ride. Day number 1 on the YouTube of the recovery. Come with me as we return from surgery, return from gyno, build a new physique, a new life, a new YouTube series. Get amongst it and chuck us some comments on what else you want to see. We'll be back in the gym very soon. I'm very keen. For now though, like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff, you know how it is. And stay tuned for a lot more of this to come.